What's up, Throttlers? Aristotle Full Throttle here, and thank you for joining me on this live stream review of the movie I, Tonya, starring Margot Robbie and the Winter Soldier and Allison Janney as Allison Janney, future Oscar winner, because she's awesome in this movie. She plays I, Tonya's mom, Ma, and she is wicked, very evil, sociopathic woman. Basically, this movie is about Tonya Harding, and the interesting thing about that is people are like, Tonya Harding, really? The ice skater who clubbed Nancy Kerrigan in the knee and broke her kneecap and then went on to become a reality TV boxer? And you're like, well, yeah, that's the same I, Tonya that we're talking about. But they addressed that right away. Right away in the beginning, if you have any hesitation going into the movie because of what you think you know about Tonya Harding, they go, yeah, well, right off the bat, they mention the fact that they already know what you think about Tonya Harding. So the movie just goes over that, basically goes up until the Olympics for Tonya Harding. And it's based on the video recordings of Tonya Harding and Jeff Gillooly, her boyfriend, who actually orchestrated the whole event with hitting Nancy Kerrigan in the knee. And you wonder why you would make Tonya Harding a sympathetic character, but that's the story you tell, because that's the more interesting story. You don't tell Nancy Kerrigan's side, because what do you get? You get a beautiful ice skating woman who wins all the ice skating championships in the Olympics and stuff, or at least gets silver medals, and you know, it's just kind of a straight path. But the I, Tonya Harding story is way more interesting to me, or it proves to be more interesting in this movie. I think that Margot Robbie is going to win the Oscar for Best Actress in this, because it seems to be the way the Oscars work. They usually pick a starlet who's sort of right there about to reach her prime, and as far as Hollywood is concerned, and then they give her the Oscar usually. If you kind of go back, that's anyway, she's the pick. She's my pick anyway. But what do you guys think? Do you think that she's going to win the Oscar? Did you guys see this movie? Are you guys interested in seeing this movie? I was not necessarily interested at first, but then I saw, you know, just from the poster, but then I saw the trailer. And the way this movie is shot is actually pretty amazing. It's shot and edited in a lot of interesting, cool ways. Stuff that seems like basically they're recounting or dramatizing a story from her past, and then while the dramatization is going on, Tonya Harding, or you know, Margot Robbie as Tonya Harding, will look at the camera and just be like, yeah, you know, this is what happened, and in the middle of recounting a memory, and it's pretty cool. I haven't quite seen a movie that does that in that style, other than I, Tonya. Other than I, Tonya. What's up, Brandon? Thank you for coming back. The TV movie is different, I would say. You said you're not interested in I, Tonya, but you saw the TV movie back in the day. It's different, because this is just framed in sort of this sarcastic, sardonic way. And I have to admit, Sebastian Stan was actually pretty good in this movie. I didn't quite recognize him even, because he kind of slimmed down. He lost the silver arm. He's no longer working for the Russians, apparently. He's no longer the Winter Soldier, that is. And he's actually really good. He's really good. He puts on an accent the whole time. He sounds like he's from the Midwest, and looks like he's from the Midwest, quite frankly. And the funny thing about this movie is it's kind of a calamity of events that unfold throughout, and they're actually really funny, because you're like, did this really happen, or is this just how they remember it happening? And the movie kind of plays with that the whole time. And but for Allison Janney alone, I think this movie is definitely worth watching, because her performance is just so scathing and sociopathic and sardonic, and she's so evil in it, but you just love to watch her be evil because she's so good at it for some reason. I don't know if it's from all those West Wing days. He still does look, yeah, Sebastian Stan, he looked like a skinnier Mark Hamill. Skinnier, and he actually had older makeup on, so he He's like meeting Mark Hamill in the middle of The Last Jedi when Mark Hamill looked younger and Sebastian Stan looked older. So they almost look the same exact right now. So, so it's funny because every time Mark Hamill shows up at like the same event as Sebastian Stan, he'll like take a picture and be, look, it's me and my son. I like Mark Hamill. He's got a great sense of humor. He's a good sport. He's a class act, if you ask me. But you four people watching right now, what do you guys think? Are you interested in seeing I, Tonya? I think Margot Robbie's great in it. She had to hide her accent. I think she's Australian. And she had to put on this weird... I guess Tonya Harding is from Portland, Oregon. So she had this weird, I guess, Northwest accent in the movie. I'd say a couple of things that were a little bit weird, but kind of still somewhat convincing were the ice skating sequences where Tonya... or Margot Robbie was on the ice. I don't know if she had to learn how to ice skate, but there were certain scenes where she's spinning around and stuff, and you could tell it's like someone else's face. It's like they put Margot Robbie's face on someone else's body. But I mean, I guess they give some credit to Tonya Harding for being the first American woman to being able to do the, I don't know, triple toe loop or something, or the triple axel, the quadruple axel. Yeah, check it out on TV. I don't know if it's definitely a go to the theater type of movie. I actually watched one of the screeners for SAG, because that's the Screen Actors Guild sends out screeners so that you vote on the Screen Actor Awards, but Screen Actors Guild Awards. But I didn't vote. I'm a bad actor. That's funny on many levels. But what else did you guys? What else did you guys want to see this Oscar season? It still says Ant-Man and the Wasp. Let me change this title here. I, Tonya, live stream review. Great. That's updated. All right. So I would say, as far as the soundtrack to this movie was great, the acting is great. And the way that they direct certain scenes, there's this one scene in the movie that I just thought was so great. They're having a fight, because they fight a lot, Tonya and Jeff Galooly. And they're having this fight in the house, and they're yelling at each other, and the camera like pulls back and then goes through the house and keeps pulling back and then goes out the front door and then just goes down the street, and it goes for like a mile down the street. You're just like still pulling back from the fight. And I was like, that's a good tracking shot. One take, pretty rad. But there are a lot of fun things about this movie. The Greatest Showman. So The Shape of Water, I would say, is pretty good. It's definitely good. It's definitely worth watching. I definitely want to see Coco as well. The cool thing about Coco that I was watching in the trailer, I was like, because I actually play guitars. I don't know if you could see my guitars over here, but I play the guitar, and all of the chords that Coco is holding in the movie are real. He's really playing those notes on the neck. So there's a lot of times in movies when I'm watching people play instruments and I'm like, they're not really playing that. That's not what they would be doing. They paid really good attention to the frets and how you're supposed to hold your hand on the guitar and holding all those chords. So for Coco, kudos to Coco for that. I want to see that, because I'm very critical of when people are playing music in movies and it doesn't look real. And The Greatest Showman, I got mixed feelings. I like Hugh Jackman. I think he's a pretty good song and dance man. I think he's a pretty good ravaging Wolverine. But P.T. Barnum I have an issue with. I don't like P.T. Barnum. And I think it's based on P.T. Barnum. And P.T. Barnum was cruel to animals, and he was cruel to his people. And I can't get behind that. I can't like get behind glorifying a guy that was like that. Let me give you an example. And I did this in another live stream. I talked about this. P.T. Barnum he teamed up with Edison back in the day, because Thomas Edison wanted to create a more powerful electricity. He wanted to use direct current for homes and people. And in order to use direct current in your home, you would need like a transformer box every like 100 feet or something in order to transport, or for that direct current to travel, and his rival, Nikola Tesla, was like, we should use alternating current, which is what we still use. And in order to prove that that direct current was as powerful as alternating current, Thomas Edison and P.T. Barnum teamed up to electrocute an elephant in the middle of Times Square using direct current. And they did that. And it's on film. You can Google it if you want to be disturbed. So, guy that does that, not a fan. Black Panther. I am extraordinarily excited for Black Panther. I think that's going to be like a superhero movie unlike any other because of the way they've been presenting it. And it looks pretty serious and pretty badass. Interesting. So if they don't ignore the stuff about P.T. Barnum, about the bad stuff, I'm going to give it a try. I always give everything a try. And if I don't like it, try it one more time just to make sure. But I definitely know I don't like P.T. Barnum. Or Thomas Edison, actually. I mean, Thomas Edison patented a lot of things. He was actually really good at patenting inventions. He wasn't really good at inventing inventions. He had a bunch of people inventing those inventions. And then he would file a patent with the U.S. Patent Office and then make all the money on it. And then here's another bad story about Thomas Edison that I don't like. Another reason why not to like Thomas Edison as much as Nikola Tesla. Because Nikola Tesla was way more brilliant of a guy and wanted to create science for people and for the world. But Thomas Edison wanted to make a lot of money and be rich and famous. Different goals. But Thomas Edison lost the contract to power the World's Fair or light the World's Fair. And it was going to be the first World's Fair that was going to have artificial lighting, light bulbs. And there were 2 million light bulbs that needed to be done, that needed to be made. Or basically, this is what happened. Thomas Edison lost out on the contract to light it. So he said and Nikola Tesla won the contract to light it. So he said, well, Nikola Tesla, you can't use any of my patented light bulbs. So Nikola Tesla had to invent and patent a new type of light bulb and make 2 million of them in like a month in order to power the World's Fair and light it. And he did that. He actually did that. But Thomas Edison was kind of a dick because he was like, you know, if they're not going to use my power, you're not going to use my light bulbs. And Nikola Tesla stepped up and invented and patented a new type of light bulb within 30 days and made 2 million of them or something like that, which is pretty damn remarkable and pretty awesome. So that's another reason why you should like Nikola Tesla more than Thomas Edison, in my opinion. Obviously, they're both historical figures, but one's kind of a dick. You decide. But I'm digging these live streams, guys, and I appreciate you guys coming by to stop by and watch them. And if you're watching this on a replay, definitely subscribe if you're new to this channel, like these videos and share them with your friends and all that stuff. Definitely appreciate that. And we're kind of on a mission. Now, apparently, you know, I've been working on my channel for almost 2 years now, and a lot of like brands and companies, they won't even look twice at my channel in order to like take it to the next level unless I have 10,000 subscribers. And I only have about almost 3,000, which is pretty good, and I'm happy to have all 3,000. But we need to get these numbers up, guys. We need to get more people on board with Aristotle Full Throttle. You think you're up for the challenge? Because I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun to try to get to 10,000 by summer. You think we can do that? I'm going to VidCon again. So if you guys are out at VidCon and you want to hang out, I'm there. I'm all about hanging out, talking about movies, talking about entertainment, talking about life in general, really. And life in general it's been fun. It's been fun, to say the least, and that is definitely saying the least. But yeah, I had a meeting yesterday. It was promising. Nice. I had a meeting with a streaming service, and may do some interesting things coming up soon. So you guys got to stay tuned for that. And I'm looking forward to that. It's exciting. It might be on Oscar Sunday, and I might make that announcement pretty soon. But we got to hold our horses on that one. Any other movies you guys interested in seeing? Yeah, the Stormtrooper is actually not wearing a crown. He's wearing... Now, this is kind of a mixed metaphor. He's wearing a Star Trek insignia on his head, actually. Let me show you. This is a Star Trek blanket given to me by my friend Elliot. He's 2. But look, Captain's log. Beam me up, Scotty. Live long and prosper. All right. Let's put it back. I got a Star Trek blanket because, you know, my friends get me. That's pretty great, huh? Yeah. What's up, Doug? Exactly. Speaking of collabs, Douglas is a good collaborator. We've collabed on a video back in the day. You guys can watch that. Not back in the day, a few months ago, actually. But yes, what's up, Douglas? Go follow Douglas Beamer. He's awesome. He talks about movies. We all talk about movies. We talk about what we love, and we share in our interests, and that's what makes this a fun community. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate your support. I really do, because it helps and it means everything. And it's awesome that when I go on these live streams, that immediately you're here, Douglas is here, people are showing up. Makes me feel, you know, makes me feel pretty good. And that all this is worth it. So Douglas, what do you think of I, Tonya? Yeah, we had fun. Douglas and I had a lot of fun doing talking about movies. Dude, what do you think of Star Wars? Let's talk about that. I mean, let's really talk about something important. Star Wars. There's still no Solo trailer. Well, I think I, Tonya. So my thoughts overall on I, Tonya, I would give it 4 out of 5 froze, because it's just one of those movies where it's very stylized. It's shot really well, it's edited really well, and all of the actors turn in really good performances, particularly Allison Janney. It's hands down, no contest. She's gonna win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Yeah. I enjoyed The Last Jedi too, Brandon. I enjoyed it so much, in fact, I saw it 7 times in the movie theater. The last time I saw it was at the Chinese Theater, which is just up the road a couple miles. And I've never been to the Chinese Theater, so it was really exciting to see a Star Wars movie at the Chinese Theater. And it's probably the coolest theater I've ever been to. So if you're ever in Hollywood, definitely check that out. Yeah, it's a good solid 4 out of 5, I would say. The only criticisms I would have, I don't know, it's just a really good... There are certain sequences that maybe it might have got a little clunky toward the middle as far as pacing. Like stop, start, slow down, speed up a little bit. And but I did like that they incorporated a lot of actual footage from the Olympics from those years. So you could see the Oksana Bayul and all of these other skaters that were popular at the time. It's kind of weird to have Allison Janney in a movie and an Aaron Sorkin movie being out, but she's not in it. That is true, because she's from The West Wing, and Aaron Sorkin wrote and directed Molly's Game, which I saw, and Aaron Sorkin was there. It was a special screening. I got advance tickets to see Molly's Game, and I should do another review on that one too, actually, because I really like that movie. I think it was a really good effort on Aaron Sorkin's part. It definitely did feel a little TV at times, like a TV show. But the writing, of course, the dialogue is always amazing when Aaron Sorkin is behind the typewriter. I, Tonya's on your list to watch. Disaster Artist a couple of days ago. Yes, Disaster Artist was quite good. I enjoyed the Disaster Artist. I thought it was a good tribute to a guy who, Tommy Wiseau, who is passionate. And you gotta respect the guy's passion, because at least he's got that. If not, if he has zero talent, he's definitely got passion. And that's the story that James Franco said that he wanted to tell, was the story of an artist and passion. And ultimately, Tommy Wiseau fulfilled his dream of becoming a popular artist, a famous artist, for better or for worse. Yeah, Oksana Bayul is a very, very beautiful skater. I don't blame you for having a crush on her, for sure. Yeah, passionate to say the least, I would say. That's a great line in that movie where he's like, it'll never happen for you for 1,000,000 years. And he's like, but after that... Yeah, that's the kind of attitude to have actually in this town. That's the kind of attitude I have, because this channel will be here until the end of YouTube, I promise. And thank you guys for joining me and supporting it. You haven't seen The Room yet? Definitely see the Disaster Artist. The Room is really tough to watch. I tried to watch The Room a few years ago, and it was really tough to watch, I gotta say. The best are just the best of The Room clips on YouTube. So just go through YouTube and watch like the 8-minute clips of all the best scenes, because it's a slog. it's a tough one to get through. I haven't seen the Comedy Central short Spunk. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, though. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, The Room. It's. I think my problem with The Room is that I tried to watch it alone, and it's not a movie you watch alone. It's a movie you watch with a bunch of people, and you make drinking games, and you throw spoons at the screen and all those kinds of things. And I didn't have that ambiance. I didn't have that camaraderie. So it was really tough for me to just sit there and watch a movie that's really bad. Arguably the worst movie ever. Yeah, The Room, The Disaster Artist. Yeah, the cool thing about The Disaster Artist is they really do a great job on recreating those bad scenes. Even the tone, the tenor, the pacing, the shot, like the composition of each shot. It must have taken a lot of work to get those purposely bad scenes reshot with James Franco and his actors. Yeah, you gotta be with a friend to watch The Room. Tough as in bad, or bad as in bad. It's bad. It's a bad movie, but it's funny because it's bad. But I would say that it's hard to keep my attention. Because it's just really slow paced, and then you get to those really awkward scenes that are funny. And I would just say, watch all the awkward scenes strung together in a row, and you'll get the maximum effect. But if you watch the movie by yourself and you just try to get through the whole thing, good luck. The actor, the actor that created the likeness of the young kid. I'm trying to think. In The Disaster Artist? I'm trying to think. Oh, right. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. You don't want to give it away, but there are some cameos in this movie that are funny. I got you. That's a good one. But it's a cameo, but it's a cameo that makes sense, because you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. It's great. I like James Franco's take on that scene too, because he kind of extends the I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. So by the way, if you guys are just tuning in and you're brand new to this channel, definitely subscribe, like, and share these videos. I'm going to have a lot more of these live streams because they're super fun, and I get to hang out with you guys directly and talk to you one-on-one, or 1-on-6 right now. But that's great. Peter Dinklage is not in it. He should be in everything because he's great. But he's only got so much time in a day. So he can't be in everything. Peter Dinklage. I think he's in a really cool commercial right now, actually. I think it's a Super Bowl commercial. What do you guys think about the Super Bowl commercials getting released before the Super Bowl airs? Now, like, they don't even play them during the Super Bowl. They play them like the weekend before, or the days before, just to see. 3 billboards. Let me see. 3 billboards. Let me see if I can. 3 billboards outside. I still haven't watched that yet. That's the one I gotta watch. I want to see the new commercial with him in it. I haven't seen that yet, but I guess I could watch it right now. Why not? Why not just watch it right now? Peter Dinklage commercial with Morgan Freeman. I'm often narrated by Morgan Freeman, actually. I have these dots on my face right here. I don't know if you can see them. I got dots. I call those my Morgan Freemans. They're freckles. But they're my Morgan Freemans. So let me watch this commercial. I wonder if there's going to be a commercial before the commercial. All right, Doritos. What? That's impossible. That guy's talented. That's fire. He's spitting fire right there. Oh yeah, Spitfire. That shit was fire. Oh, ice. You're gonna be ice cold now. Oh, Missy E. I love this. Missy E's like a statue on the wall there. I love this. Refreshing lemon lime. Wow. They should form a super group. Oh, wait, maybe this third commercial is the super group. Holy shit. Oh, it's gonna be... They're throwing down now. It's a rap battle. Oh, we got a vote? I think Dinklage got it, though. Sorry. Yeah, that was amazing. That was great. That was amazing. I don't know if we're gonna vote. What do you guys think? Who do you think won that rap battle? Yeah, he seemed to be moving his mouth that fast. Awesome. Thank you for looking out, Doug, on my stream health. Because, yeah, it might be a little choppy sometimes. It just might be because of the bandwidth. There could be bottlenecking going on around here. I'm in the middle of a big, like a city area. But that was a pretty cool commercial for was it Sprite and Doritos? Who do you guys think? Dinklage? It's Dinklage all the way, yeah. I totally agree. Dinklage just was spitting fire. He burnt the freaking place down. And then, but Morgan Freeman, he's pretty cool. He's the epitome of chill. Are you guys excited for the Super Bowl? You guys have any, I watched the Super Bowl for the commercials, really. I agree with you, Will. Freeman needed a better song than Get Your Freak On. Because that's, I mean, it's classic. But, I mean, Dinklage had the better song. Yes, nowadays everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out. When they move their lips, just a bunch of gibberish because MFers act like they forgot about Dre. And I agree. I agree with you, Will. That would have been cool. I would like to see Morgan Freeman's face do that. Mountain Dew ice. I haven't had a Mountain Dew in a while, and you know what? Maybe right after this I'm going to go have a Mountain Dew because of that commercial. Awesome, awesome. You guys are great. I appreciate this. You guys should, we should hang out. We should all hang out. This is great. So it's been a 30-minute stream. That's a pretty good length, right? I kind of just want to hang out, though. This is fun. It tastes like Sprite, huh? Might as well just get a Sprite then. That's like when Pepsi Clear came out. People kind of was like, it tastes like Sprite. But I don't know if that's like a psychological thing because it's clear and you want it to taste like Sprite. Yeah, I don't really watch the Super Bowl, but I do watch it for the commercials. But like if I go to a party, I go because there's usually a 7-layer bean dip and beer, and I wait for the commercials to come on. And the funny thing about the commercials is there's always an element of violence and or sex because, it's the most like primal amygdala thing for humans. And at least it used to be that way. But the last couple of years it's been trending toward heartfelt, like America and cars and American cars and beer and American car beer and America. Like that's what it's been lately anyway, and feeling good about the military. Lost its NFL franchise twice. Yeah, apparently the Chargers are coming back to LA and everybody's kind of mad about that or happy about that. I don't know. Something I heard. The best commercial you saw was the local lawyer Pujols. That's funny. I mean, the commercials are great. They're like the best commercials, and then they last for like another 3 months, and then I don't know. I guess the commercial spots are like millions of dollars each if you can get it. And every year they do a Doritos contest where independent filmmakers or anybody can submit. I think they still do this. You can just create your own Doritos commercial, and if it's good, they'll air it during the Super Bowl, which is really awesome. It's a really awesome opportunity for independent filmmakers and for just good ideas. If you have a good idea, you can put it out there, and it could air on the Super Bowl in front of tens of millions of people, and I think that's pretty cool. So, guys, I'm about to head out, but I really do appreciate you guys coming by, and we're on a mission now. We got to get these numbers up. We got to get up to 10,000 subscribers, or else, because I want to get this channel to be huge. It's going to be a network, and there's going to be more variety programming on here. There's going to be maybe some funny little sketches and different animations and all that kind of stuff. But in order to kind of take this to the next level, we got to get up over 10,000 subscribers. So we got to do that as much as possible. Tell everybody you know. Tell your moms, your pops, your dogs, your cats, your dog cats, your ducks. If you have ducks, get them all in a row and subscribe. Yeah, going downhill. So I'm just reading these comments, and if you guys are if you're joining this live stream right now, remember you can always subscribe right away. Just hit the subscribe button and like the video, because that helps. It helps these videos pop up in the searches. So you guys, yep, let's collaborate again, Douglas, very soon. We'll do that. We'll talk. Email me or send me a private message, and we'll talk about our next collaboration. I know Saturdays are usually good for you. Saturday mornings are pretty good for me too. So we can probably make that a semi-regular situation. Yes. Everybody's invited to chat. Everybody. This is an open forum for everybody. Everybody gets to say what they think and what they feel, and everybody gets to but then we all punch you in the face, though. That's part of the consequence. You just got to be ready to get kicked in the nuts. That's all. Yeah, I'm going to try to get out ahead again for Black Panther. I'm going to get the tickets as soon as I can. There is one airing of Black Panther on Wednesday night before it comes out, and that's over on Crenshaw. So it's going to be, that'll be a fun one to go to. I want to see it there, actually. But then if I see it that Wednesday night, I can go see it. I can do my review Thursday morning and get a head out in front of Black Panther. But everybody and their brother on like Nerdist and Collider and Screen Junkies and all of the channels that I'm competing with directly, they've already seen it and they've already reviewed it. So I don't know. We got to get up to over 10,000 subscribers, because that way they'll be like, oh, well, why don't we send Aristotle Full Throttle to go watch the movies? And then I'll be like, okay, do that. I agree. Just metaphorically punched in the nuts, that's all. Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. So my next stream will be hyping up and talking about Black Panther and my expectations for the movie. That's a great idea, Will. I'll just start talking about the sequel, Black Panther 2. My review right away. I don't even know what happens in Black Panther 1. But my favorite thing about the Marvel, the MCU, is that they're all one continuous, big, huge story. And I think that's pretty amazing and remarkable. And no one's ever done that before, and no one's ever been consistently good at doing that. The big shared universe of 18 movies or so. Yeah, Andre Meadows. I met him. He's cool. He's a very nice guy. And so he saw it already. He hasn't put his review up yet. Yeah, I think there might be a review embargo, which is interesting because a lot of times, yeah, there's usually an NDA or a review embargo. So they may not be able to release their reviews until the weekend before it comes out. But here's the rule of thumb. If the review comes out early, like super early, like 2 weeks early, the movie's good. And now we don't know. It could, I mean, the review for The Last Jedi didn't come out until the weekend before, and I thought The Last Jedi was great. But the rule of thumb is, if the review doesn't come out until the day of, the movie's probably not that good. But if the review comes out like 2 weeks ahead of time, they're pretty confident that the movie's great. So that's my spiel on I, Tonya. From everything from I, Tonya to Oksana Bayul to Black Panther. And I appreciate you guys stopping by, like I said earlier. And remember to like and share these videos, because we've got to get up to 10,000 subscribers. We've got to do that as soon as possible. And subscribe to this video if you're watching the replay, if this is the first time here. And always leave a comment, because I reply to all the comments too. I appreciate this. Thank you very much, guys. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Have a happy Super Bowl. I might see you before then. But, you know, nowadays everybody want to talk. Like they got something to say. But nothing comes out and they move the lips, just a bunch of gibberish. And MFers act like they forgot about Aristotle Full Throttle, you bro.